Hi guys, I'm Siddharth Jaiswal, based out of India. I'm the founder of 1Founder.ai. So before I explain what exactly 1Founder.ai is, let me start with a question. I think everyone has an idea. So do you, right? But the challenge of solo founders or early stage founders, the issue is there are critical questions which they're unable to answer at this particular point of time. The questions such as, I have the idea, it looks very good on paper, but is it viable? Where should I start? Is there any assumptions which I'm not testing it out? Is there any unforeseen risk which I'm not aware of? Obviously, to answer these questions, you need to have access to a lot of experts in that particular field because you're trying to enter into a domain. Maybe you don't have a 360-degree exposure into that domain, right? And before you commit a lot of time, effort, and money, you want to make sure that the idea makes sense not just on paper but on practical grounds as well. This is exactly the problem I had. Being an entrepreneur at heart, I had a lot of ideas in my head. Obviously, some in my domain, some outside of my domain, but I ain't sure whether I'm missing any unforeseen risk because something is out of my domain. So, one example is 2 months back, I had an idea of a healthy snack business, a D2C business. Never done D2C in my life. So, by watching a lot of YouTube videos, by watching a lot of reels, I was dead sure that Arbi chips as an alternative to potato chips sounds amazing and it has an export potential as well. But since I didn't understand that particular field, but I jumped the gun and started working on branding, the name was Root. So when I started working on manufacturing part, I realized I missed two fundamental pillars. One, the shelf life of the product. It is not same as potato. The second, the taste of that product, whether it will give me repeat customers. Obviously, initial acquisition of customer is easy, but if the taste is not good, I will not get repeat customers. So to solve this particular problem, I looked out for various tools in the market. Unfortunately, I didn't find any apart from ChatGPT, Claude, where I put a lot of questions. It gave me answers, but it gave me a lot of information, but no single clarity where I should move, what I should look at, what are the risks, and so on and so forth. So this is where the aha moment was there. This is where I thought solving my own pain point is core. So I'll be more passionate enough to solve this particular problem. This is where I started my journey, not a techie, but obviously with the AI era, with a lot of tools, I started working on those logic. I started working, putting on the elements what I have in my head from an investor standpoint, from a consultant standpoint, and obviously understanding the solo founders pain point. So I worked and I built 1Founder.ai. So now let me tell you what 1Founder.ai is and quickly give you a demo which will give you an idea how it is different, how good it is, how utility driven it is for specifically for solo founder, early stage founder, because they cannot have an access to a big four agency, Bain, McKinsey, to do a market validation before they enter huge amount of money, or even they do not have an exposure to alumni networks. Right? So 1Founder.ai, it is a platform that actually helps solo and early stage founders avoid costly mistakes and drive better business outcomes by giving them a boardroom of AI specialists that will just not give you information like ChatGPT or Claude, but they will challenge your assumptions. They will debate on the perspectives, and they will give you end verdict with clear, actionable steps. So a platform which will validate your idea from paper to execution is what we have built so far. So let us delve deeper. Let me show you our website. Let me show you, give an example and the platform and show you how the output looks. So guys, this is our website, 1Founder.ai. If you see, it is actually built for founders. It is built for operators, strategists, thinkers, and more importantly, it is built for you. So one important thing is when someone has the founder has an idea, right? When they are not able to make it, it just not cost them time and money. It costs them confidence. You will think multiple times to start again. This is the core problem, or this is the foundational problem. What I'm trying to solve with 1Founder.ai. So at least you will make better decisions with much more informed inputs and actionable steps. So let us dwell deeper what exactly this is. So obviously you can stress test your idea for free. Right now we have opened up the entire platform without any fees, without any payment. You will be able to get the entire boardroom output of your idea. So what you have to do is you have to give one liner brief or maybe more detailed brief you can give to the chief of staff, which is the COS. It will challenge your thinking, it will make you think more, and once it understands the brief, it will actually identify right expert agents, it will activate it for you. Then these agents will get the brief, they will think, they will analyze, they will debate, and then they will submit their verdict to chief of staff. Once the verdict to the chief of staff is there, if there is any conflict, it will again debate with the individual agents, and then it will solve the conflict. For example, if GTM says, hey, 80 rupees price point is great because it's a little cheaper, but the unit economics guy or a CFO will say, hey, since you're going into quick commerce, the margin will not sustain. You'll be able to wipe out your runway before you actually validate the PMF. So this is where it will suggest if you want to go to quick commerce, increase the price, maybe do a premium positioning, which is very much critical. These type of input is generally being given when you actually have raised fund, where investors with multiple experience or high years of experience come into the picture to your boardroom and will be able to give you this input. So not only unicorn should have a boardroom, even a solo founder or an early stage founder like you should also have a boardroom. This is what one founder gives, right? So let me quickly go to the platform. So this is the sign up page. So obviously you can create an account. You can do it via your email ID, or you can do it by just connecting your Google account. So let me just connect my Google. I have already signed up. So let me go back. So once I signed up, so this is an admin portal. Obviously, you'll not be able to see admin. Apart from that, everything would be visible. So this would be a dashboard. These are multiple ideas which I have actually ran, tested. So you can see what it gives you. It gives you the complete summary, which is the idea, which sector it is, which country you're targeting, one-liner output of your idea. It will give you a health score on 8 parameters, and also it will give you an overall idea score as well. So this is how it will get. So let us quickly jump and see one boardroom session, how exactly it should work. So any idea? So I think I was talking about beverage. So let us use the beverage idea. So hey, I want to start a functional beverage market in India, thinking to price it at INR 80, targeting Gen Z via quick commerce. So you can give more detail, you can do spelling mistakes, you can give less detail. It will understand, it will give you targeted questions. So at least chief of staff understand your entire brief, and then it will start working. See, it mentions, got it, functional beverage at INR 80 via quick commerce is a sharp play. Gen Z in India, before we map out, what are the benefits? So maybe you would have thought about benefit, but it will make you think more. So yeah, there has to be some functional benefit. So let me put proteins infused and vitamin and gut friendly without impacting taste. So I'll enter this. So you can see there is a button build my boardroom, which is 90%. So what you can do is, if you don't want to give more answers to this question, you can directly click on build my boardroom. Whatever context it has achieved till date, it will understand basis on that and will take it forward. But see, he's asking, do you have any funding budget already lined up? So let me put 10 lakh as bootstrap amount before PMF. So I will not answer the next question. Let us quickly jump into the brief what he has received. So it is asking me multiple more questions. So I think 2 more questions asked. Generally, chief of staff asks 6 questions to get a complete picture of the brief. But let me quickly build my boardroom. So once I click this, it will give me an idea. So it says strong brief. If you have just given one liner and maybe you have put it, it will give you an indication whether it's a low brief, medium brief, and strong brief. Based on that, it will identify agents. So it will give you a business type, what stage you are, what is the target market, geography, budget, revenue model, key decision, and what needs stress testing based on the brief. So based on that, out of 40, it has identified 15 relevant agents: strategy, GTM, risk, market viability, CFO, supply chain and procurement. Maybe as a founder, I would have not thought about this, but chief of staff has thought about this. Packaging and compliance. Obviously, it's beverage. I was not sure whether there would be regulatory, but it is looking into that compliance as well. Legal agent, consumer research, unit economics, agri-food tech, because you're talking about food processing, you're talking about vitamins, protein. Maybe that's the reason it has identified agri-tech. I'm not sure. Let us see. Most of our database right now is seeded into India, so it is very relevant to India standpoint. So if you are asking anything for India specific, it will give you hard fact related output. Obviously, there is global, so we have seeded Y Combinator starter, we have seeded Shark Tanks, multiple other databases have been scraped and seeded into with various action blocks. So the system understands not just data, it understands the hidden insights from the data. Basis on that, it will give the answers, it will analyze your questions, it will analyze your idea, and then accordingly it will give you an output. So right now, if you can see, it is submitting verdicts. So chief of staff has activated this agent is getting briefed on the idea, they are doing analysis, they are researching market, they are running analysis, they are debating it internally, and then slowly and steadily they will challenge your assumption and submit the verdict as well. So right now it will take approximately a minute, because this is not very generic like ChatGPT. You give in 10 seconds you'll get an output which is just data structured properly, reinforces your own assumption. What ChatGPT doesn't do is it doesn't challenge your assumption. What it says is, hey, this is a good idea. I think you should do this, and you start working on the assumption what you had rather than challenge your assumption or identify unforeseen hidden risks. Now all the verdict has been submitted. What chief of staff is doing is, if there are conflicts between two or three agents, it is trying to resolve those conflicts. It is synthesizing the data. It is ranking actions. It is actually scoring your idea. It is identifying the priority steps and then giving you summary output. Not like ChatGPT, it will be verbose like pages and pages, but it will give you summary output. For example, you want to understand what is the summary, and then if you want to enter into individual agents is also not verbose. It will be 3 points, any risk that has been identified, any next steps based on the agent that will recommend you, right? So we will see that point as well. So now it is loading. So you can actually see the summary. 16 agents activated. It will give you a boardroom session name, Gen Z protein beverage. It's a D2C, F&B. Obviously, geography is India because we have mentioned India. Overall, it gives you one-liner: functional beverage play with solid market opportunity, but fatal unit economics at proposed 80 price point in quick commerce. So what it says is, your problem is great. The market size is awesome. So you are solving the right problem. Founder market fit, obviously, it doesn't know whether I'm coming into that particular field. It would have asked me more questions if I've put in more details. So obviously, if I'm from the D2C business or beverage business, then founder market fit would be higher. GTM readiness is where a lot of risk has been identified. Revenue model is not solid. Financial runway is a problem. Scalability is great. Execution risk is still there. So obviously, if you see overall, this functional beverage idea has market merit, but your 80 price point will kill unit economics on quick commerce, because maybe there would be margin issue, which I was not aware of. You lose 15 to 25 per bottle after platform commission and COGS. It actually understood the data point. It actually analyzed what is the commission on Blinkit or quick commerce, and it gave me the right output. At 80 price point, I am actually losing 15 and 25 rupees per bottle because of my distribution strategy or distribution channel I've selected. The biggest red flag is launching without any customer validation. I don't know whether people want vitamins, whether people want proteins, whether people want gut friendly, and obviously whether this will taste good as maybe a normal beverage currently in the market. And the second assumption would be the price point. Is people willing to pay 80 rupees or maybe lower or higher? We will see when the unit economics agent what exactly it conveys. So there were certain conflicts between agent as well. For example, there was a conflict between CFO and GTM, right? CFO says 80 creates negative cross margins. while GTM suggests testing 35 to 40 price point. So GTM saying, hey, your competitor is trading at a way lower price with same functionality, so the price point is higher. But since you're going with quick commerce, CFO saying you will lose a lot of business. There would be a lot of burn. So you need to scale faster. Maybe you have to see different distribution channels as well, and maybe slowly and steadily introduce premium category products as well to sustain the margins. And it will also give you priority actions, customer validation sprint, start FSSAI, so on and so forth. In addition, it will give you an operator take stop planning manufacturing and start validating demand. So what exactly I should do now? Make 100 units, sell them at 120 to Gen Z consumers and measure repeat purchase. Repeat purchase is key. Only after proving people will pay premium should you think about quick commerce economics. So we have rating for these sessions. If you rate, so obviously my system will understand more. So more the session run, more the good output, more the better the system will become in future. So obviously it's just not actions. It will give you actually executionable steps, so it can build a roadmap. It will actually help you understand where you can find your first 100 customer. It will do a runway analysis. It will also give you an investment community report if you're actually going to pitch this idea to a venture capital. So what a VC analyst will look into. You can all actually automate certain setup as well. You can build certain agents. Obviously we will be entering into those particular things. Right now it's a playbook, but the phase two would be we'll be taking it to the next step. In addition, we will be adding human experts, for example, certain CFO. So you can book certain time for a expert CFO in D2C, and you'll be able to talk to that particular expert. So when you book it, your idea will directly go to their inbox. They will first see the idea, they will get the entire report, and then based on the call, they will be well prepared for your question or for your business as well. So let us go deeply. I will not go into entire agent, but I will give you how the agent will look at. So you can see market viability, 80 rupees quick commerce. You need this much units month to break even. Achievable, but requires 2-3 lakh monthly marketing spend. So we target the data between tier categories. Tier A is verified data, which is coming from verified sources. B is pattern inference, and C is judgment. It is reading certain blog articles, and based on that, agent is making certain judgment and giving. So you know this data point is coming from what kind of sources, so you can take your own judicious call, right? So reality check, you're assuming financial beverages can be manufactured cheaply. So that is one assumption. Obviously, I need to stress test that. Protein isolate costs this much. Vitamins will, if I add vitamin, it will cost this much. So my COGS will increase. Imagine with just an idea, it is actually giving you your breakdown of COGS. If I want to add protein, this is an additional cost in my beverage. If I want to add vitamins, this is an actually additional cost. So now you can actually go and think whether I want to add protein, vitamin, or I should only do a vitamin drink. So it opens up your thinking at large, right? So that is the power of one founder boardroom. So these type of boardroom are always available for a unicorn company because they have raised money. But these type of boardroom or skill set is not accessible for every founder, which is 70 to 80% of the entire startup ecosystem in India. So we will try to give every founder a boardroom and actually build a backbone so they can make better decisions. Obviously, such decisions which that can be avoided before they commit a lot of time, effort, and money. So I can actually rate this output as well, and I can go deeper with this individual agent. So if I want to have more questions, maybe I can say, hey, let us remove protein. I will only add vitamins, and I have got the costing of not 8 to 12, but 5 rupees from manufacturer. So I can input that particular thing, and it will revamp its output basis on strong data. But it will not revamp its output if you say, hey, no, I'm right. I think this will work. So because anti-sycophancy has been inbuilt into the system, so just saying that, hey, change this output, it will not change the output until unless you give well-researched, backed data source to the system. So very quickly, if I click on this, it will start the market viability agent. So what it does is it will give this idea there, it will understand that, and then you can start any question. I can get vitamin at 5 INR. So if you can put this, it will understand that, it will update itself. So this is the power without getting a lengthy conversation, the structure of the output is very user friendly. So obviously it will give you next step. Hey, what it gives is this is what it is. Don't optimize. It actually gave you the manufacturer contact Zipline Logistic, Origa Research, and local Gujarat manufacturer for complete formulation codes, including your 5 rupees vitamin blend. So this is not just data. This is actionable input and next steps. Now let's go to strategy. It gives validate premium pricing before. So it gives INR 80 price points. So GTM says uh, 20 to 40 impulse per purchase limit for beverages. 80 position this as premium health supplement, not daily beverage. So obviously we have to position in that particular fashion. So CFO agent says, boss, 10 lakh bootstrap is insufficient. With this price point, with this market, you need more. So current plant doomed, minimum viable is what is recommended. You need to do a proper launch. Supply chain says 80 rupees, there is a problem because obviously there is protein element, there is vitamin element, so that needs to be looked upon. Packaging, because it is India specific data points we have incorporated, it is very targeted. It is giving you need FSSAI licensing and nutritional labeling compliance, which will be a blocker, and it will actually take 6 to 8 months approval timeline. So you can understand what is the speed breaker, what is the roadblock, and you can start working towards it. This is where it has given you start FSSAI licensing right now before you do anything else. So unit economics, quick commerce, it is actually giving you a scenario comparison where current plan 80 rupees quick commerce, margin is this, break even never, you will lose 15 to 20 because there would be logistic, there would be overheads. If you want to go D2C, you have to increase the price 120. If you're increasing price, your positioning should be very much premium. So fundraising, not fundable at this stage, you need MVP and initial traction. Then VC analyst, correct similarly. Agritech says misaligned sector focus. This is so ultimately activated agritech because it was protein and vitamin. But to be honest, for this particular idea, agritech is not actually required at this moment. Government regulatory. So this also actually helps you in order to understand what type of grant you can get for this idea. So once you do DPIIT recognition, you will be able to unlock 3-year tax exemption. You will be able to get rebate on patent filing, and you can get 20 lakh of non-diluting funding for proof of concept and prototype development. So this is the power of a unicorn boardroom in your hand, which is always on demand, right? So imagine what this tool can give you in terms of validating your idea before you actually move or infuse a lot of money. So in addition to this, it gives you peer benchmarking. So it will actually identify relevant peers. It has identified Protein X, which is direct protein beverage, pricing at 45 rupees. So your 80 price is a little higher. So it will give you those analysis from a pricing standpoint, where you stand, distribution, brand recognition. What are the problem areas with this brand, which is right now they don't have brand equity. Currently, it is consumed at higher price point, no distribution, right? So this is how it will do. Then there is Protein X, there is Horlick, there is True Element. So accordingly, it will identify and give you that, and it will also give you a summary. What are the questions, and it will give you the entire list of agents. So obviously, you know what are the various 40 agents, whether it is relevant, not relevant, and slowly and steadily in this, we will further add that you can activate more agents in Pro version, and you can do a similar session in Pro, and it will give you much more output, right? So in free version, prediction lab is currently restricted to Pro. Knowledge base is currently restricted to Pro. What does knowledge base do is you can actually infuse your own data sets, your MIS, your CRM, and then do prediction on these particular data set. These data sets would be very specific to you. It is not used into global data space. It is not used for any other user, right? Billing and credits, obviously we have multiple plans. First is Explorer, so it will give you free 1 session per week. All agents would be available for you. It will give you peer benchmarking. It will give you priority action. What will be unlocked by credits? If you want to export this as a PDF, right, you have to buy credits and pay it. If you want to go deeper into a single agent, you have to buy credits. If you want to run extra session within that particular week, then you have to buy credits. For serious buyers, it is just 299 per month, not even a single Swiggy order, right? Imagine cheaper than your single Swiggy order. You'll be able to validate a unicorn idea which you always had in your head, but you never took it up because you don't know where to start. So this will actually help you identify the unforeseen areas or risk, and it will actually challenge your assumptions, and then you can take an informed decision and will be able to work on those assumptions and risk, and then do and then start your own business, right? So obviously there is 799 plan and there is B2B plan. So I think this tool, what we are trying to do from a B2B standpoint, it's a very important tool from an incubator, from an accelerator, from a VC standpoint as well. Because if there are a lot of ideas that come into picture, right? The VCs are zonked with a lot of ideas. They need a one level filter. So this can actually give you a ranking for each idea, and it will give an IC community report as well. So a two-pager report would be generated, which you can glance through it and then take a call whether you want to move with this idea or not. Or what best you can do is you can run this idea, you can create this, you can share that report to the founder. Hey, this is what the problem in your ideas are. Work on this and come back next. So obviously, it will also solve the ghosting problem. Right now, the VCs doesn't have that bandwidth and time. So actually, this will free up some bandwidth and time, and it will be making the VC incubator accelerator more founder friendly. So you can buy credits as low as 99 rupees. So right now the blocker is just 99 rupees to get certain things, right? So there are certain referral things as well, where obviously you can refer up to 20. So if your referral are getting converted, if two people have converted into starter, you'll get 1 month starter package as well. If two people are converted into pro, you will get 1 month pro package. So you can refer up to 20, and if these guys getting converted, you are getting these free subscriptions as well. So this is what it is. So ultimately, we are building a very important tool. I think I'm building a backbone for startup where we are doing an ecosystem where people can challenge their assumptions, they can validate the idea, and take an informed decision and go on next steps. So let me know. My email is 1Founder.ai@gmail.com. You love the idea, you don't like the idea, you think we can improve it further. If you're a VC, you're thinking that this is investable, but obviously we are looking to first bootstrap, get do a PMF, and then maybe raise funds at a good valuation is what we are aiming for. Because my vision is not just an AI tool, but this will become a 360-degree ecosystem for every founder, starting with validating an idea, doing an execution, giving an expert network, and obviously various tools like DocuSign and various other tools can be integrated here within the ecosystem. So it's a one-stop shop for a founder, but obviously it's a long-term vision of 3 to 5 years. We will get feedback from the users and slowly and steadily evolve this idea into a unicorn. So watch out for the update. You can follow us on 1Founder.ai on Twitter, on LinkedIn as well. You can go to our website 1Founder.ai, try it out, and give us the feedback whether you loved it, hate it, or you want to act as a critic. Actually, critics actually help us in order to improve our system, improve our entire platform. So with folded hands, I'm waiting for your feedback. So I want to hear a lot of inputs, a lot of insights which will help us improve. So happy to hear that, and yeah, I will wait. I will look forward to my email. I will look forward in my DMs to hear from you guys. So let us take it forward. Let us make it a backbone for the entire startup ecosystem in India. Thank you.